Hey everybody, welcome to today's Saturday Sip, which is a little supersized and a little unusual. This time I'm going to be taking care of some of you who bought a huge bundle from me back in, I think, March. I was waiting for everybody to receive their kits. This was supposed to be something I did for this previous volume event last week, but this beautiful designer series paper ran out so fast, and it was while supplies last, so I had to pull it from my demo. Happy to say everybody who bought this kit did get the paper. So, but I want you to remember, if you did not get this paper, everything I'm doing can be done with just the stamps and the dies without a problem. I also want to remind you that when that happened, I did a video that talked about this card here that used one of the butterflies from the designer series paper, and I showed you how you could recreate it with blends, markers, watercolor pencils, whatever you have. So don't despair. If you did not get this, you can recreate it. And the background papers and stuff that I use in this kit are from this, because like I said, this is actually for the people who ordered this kit. So, but you can still get awesome ideas from it. So please bear that in mind. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. For those of you who got the kit, many of you know that this stamp set comes as one giant stamp. I've mentioned that before, and that I have cut mine apart so that I could use them individually. You don't have to. It's an awesome background stamp. Also, this die is one giant die, which I did also cut apart. And then these are all the other dies that come with this die set, and it's pretty freaking awesome. Just the die set alone, because look at all these butterflies. It's like crazy town. But I did want to tell you all that before I cut my big die apart, I did go through all of this beautiful designer series paper that has this here, because did I hold on to that piece for you guys? I did. So when you cut it out, it cuts like that, and it will cut out the butterflies from this designer series paper perfectly. So I actually did that with all the sheets that were like this, and I cut them all out, and I have them in a little baggie, all these beautiful, beautiful butterflies. So, but don't forget, you can still recreate them. So that's pretty cool. If you guys want to take a screenshot, let me see if I can get this. If you don't have it and you want to screenshot it for some color ideas, I'm trying to hold it so you don't have any glare. So go ahead and take a quick screenshot there. Okay. So anyway, that is the prelude to all of this. I just wanted you guys to be aware of those things. So I'm going to set those aside. And everybody did get an instruction sheet, which I'm going to go over some of these. You can see it says for the April volume event. It was supposed to be a make-along, sorry. Also, I already did a video where we did the scrapbook page, which is in the instructions down here. So I'm not going to do that again, but you can see that it was pretty simple, and you guys can figure that out pretty easily. All right, so now we are going to start with just some of the simple cards, just because I know a lot of you want to get to the card that has the flying butterflies, and I don't want you to miss it. So I'm going to put that a little bit further in. So the first one I'm going to do is this one. I have them all upside down. Oh, and I'm going to say this a couple of times just so that when you're watching, if you want to order this, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. It's going to be on page, the bundle with the stamps and the dies are going to be on page 106 in the new catalog. If you've started, some of you have started to receive it. If you want to order it, this is where you're going to go, carriebeglow.stampinup.net, and use this hostess code XGJTKXZS. Okay, and that'll be up here, and I'll repeat it again. But the stamps are only $17, and they're number 155092. The dies are $44. Now, that's kind of pricey for dies, but remember, you get like a boatload of stuff. And that's number 155523. Save 10% and get the bundle. You get the stamps and the dies for only $54.75. And that's number 155821. And I will repeat that again for you guys. I just want to make sure there's no comments. Everybody can hear me, right? Give me a thumbs up. It's only a couple of you watching. So I'm assuming you can hear me because nobody's commented, hey, we can't hear you. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going. So we're going to start with this simple card. I am using the Happy Birthday from Peaceful Moments on this. And here's the card. And this is the kit that everybody received. Super simple to get put together. Now, in their kits, I did not give them the extra butterfly. Everybody who got the kit, you need to cut this out. And then I'm going to just show you real quick how I put this together. This is our Just Jade cardstock. It is an in color that is carrying over into the new catalog, so it's got one more year of life. And you've got two pieces of Whisper White. One is bigger than the other. The bigger one is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and that's for the inside of your card. If you want to stamp a sentiment or something on that before you put it in your card. But I just want you to be aware that that's what that one was for. I know that I'm going quickly because these are the simple cards, and many of you have commented that you've already started putting together some of your cards. So I know that I don't have to worry too much. And then this is part of the Beautiful Designer Series paper. You can use it either way. I'm gonna go ahead and keep using the butterfly one just so that it matches. But of course, you can do this with other papers. Don't forget that. So I hope you guys are all having a good weekend. The weather has turned in Michigan, as it often does. And, you know, we went from 70s, almost 80. I think it was just last week. And now we're down to much less. I don't know why these aren't cut right. So I'm not going to cut them for you. But this is where you would cut this down to, it should say on here. This is so strange that I didn't cut this down for you guys. But that happens to me sometimes. So you're going to want to trim this down. So let's go ahead and do that. Where is my trimmer? There it is. All right. So I'm not 100% sure. So I also need my ruler. This is where I remind you that if you were looking for the perfect demonstrator, she isn't me. So it's being cut down to 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, the Whisper White, or the basic white now. Oh, it is 3 3/4. Maybe I did. By, what did I say? 4 3/4. 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Let me see if I did that right. 3 1/2. Ah, I did not. I was right that I was wrong. So that's a good thing. So now here's a little trick I'm going to show you guys that I often do when I'm creating. I'm never sure exactly how much width I want on my background. So I will go ahead and adhere. Normally I would tell you to stamp first so you can flip it over. So everybody cross your fingers that I don't screw up when I stamp the sentiment. And I'm going to just put it where I think it needs to go. And then I just kind of eyeball it. And hope that I'm pretty close to what I think it should be. Hey, not bad. Do y'all do that? I'd love to hear your comments on how you guys determine. I know we do the 1/4 inch thing. If it's 4 inches, then you do 4 1/4 and that kind of stuff. Why is that not cutting? Oh, because it slipped out. There. All right. Oh, that one's a little short. No fear. I didn't press too hard, I don't think. So I can adjust. This one isn't going to look perfect. Hopefully yours will. It was such a cool tip and I screwed it up. Sorry about that. Okay. So now I'll try that again and I'll just have a smaller width. And I just need to trim this side down now. Which honestly, this does happen to me. So it's not like a big shocker or anything. Cut off just that little hair of cardstock. Okay, so then I just grabbed a happy birthday sentiment. As you know, there are no sentiments with this stamp set, so it's sort of a use whatever you want. Stamp that at the bottom. And then I believe this is Pool Party ribbon. I lost my little, oh, there it is. Yay, I didn't lose my little bow. And I did send everybody a pre-bowed bow with sticky on the back, but I didn't trim the tails. I left that for you guys to do. And then the way I put my ribbon on, that's my cheater way. I mean, you can tie it on the front. That's totally fine. But when I do card kits, I like to make it as easy as possible. So for now, this may change as my card kits are starting to grow. But for now, I will pre-tie the bows for you guys. So I go ahead and put the adhesive all the way on the back because that way I can just grab my tails of this piece and stick them across there. And then it's ready to go on the front of the card. Easy peasy. There we go. I'm going to move these out of the way. All right, then now for the butterfly. I've taught this trick before, but I like to bend it at the body on both sides and then just use my fingers to curl it up. Put Stampin' Dimensionals in the poppy part. I actually like to use smaller pieces here because I just think it's a thin area that I want to pop up, and I don't want a lot of it to be able to pop up. So I do it like this. You guys all do use the ends of yours, right? Because why would you not? And then I just put a little bit of our liquid glue down the body so that stays flat. And I like to press the body down first and then the wings. Then you can just unstick your ribbon. That's where this would come in handy, or take your pick tool to actually pick it off. This has been sitting for quite a while, so I don't know. It's not going to want to unstick. This actually works better when it's a little bit fresher. There we go. I found the corner. And I'll trim it later, but you guys get the idea. So there's your card. You see I trimmed these really short. I could trim these a little longer because I used a different happy birthday this time. So there's your first card, easy peasy. And I'm going to do that before I poke myself. All right, so on to the next one. We're going to do another easy one. All the card kits did come with envelopes. I don't think I mentioned that. All right, so the next one is right down here. I called it Wooden Flight. I always try to name my cards when I'm doing something like this. And I wanted you guys to see because, again, I did not cut the designer series paper. That was all part of the kit. So they were going to cut themselves, including this beautiful paper was part of it. So I did cut out the butterfly already in advance, and I stamped a sentiment, which is actually a new sentiment in a stamp set that'll be out May 3rd. I picked the You Truly Inspire Me from The Beauty of Friendship. You guys are going to love this stamp set. It's so fun. Has some great paper that matches it and some other things. So anyway, as I was saying, I did not cut the papers. That was done for them to do, those who got the kit. But I wanted you to see where I got the variegated butterflies from, so I did save this. I used this beautiful paper to get the variegated butterflies, and that's on the back of this pretty paper. All right, so again, you should have a piece of Whisper White to go in the center of this. I'm sorry, I keep calling it Whisper White. I mean, it's been Whisper White for like 20 years. So I have to keep saying Basic White. And then you'll notice that I cut this so that normally when I trim things, I trim them so that they fit on the card like that. But on this one, I decided to do the whole thing. If yours is not perfect height, like this one looks like it might be a little long on one side or in one area, then you can go ahead and trim it down by hand after you do it. Or, you know, with your trimmer, whatever. I am not the Stampin' Police. Again, super, super easy. You can see the back of this paper, which I believe is still available. This 12 by 12 paper is a little bit different. It's a little different than the wood look that's on the front. I have to turn this sideways, sorry. There we go. Oh, that's nice and crooked. Okay. You guys, it's terrible. I'm just, you know, I have so much I want to share with you guys today that I'm rushing, and I shouldn't be rushing. My day is quite full though. My son and daughter are coming over tomorrow for dinner. My baby boy is turning 40, which is pretty amazing considering I refuse to admit that I'm anywhere near that age. And anyway, I'm making his favorite meal, chicken pepper kosh. It's amazing. Family loves it. So I will be working on that today. Okay, then I cut another, you'll cut another piece of the Designer Series paper. Okay. So do you guys have a favorite, like everybody requests a family recipe at your house? I mean, for us, it's definitely chicken pepper kosh. It's definitely that. Oh, you're going to want to take these butterflies. So I kind of messed that up a little bit. So run your adhesive across the long ends. I did not do that. And you're going to want to just have them poking up and poking down. Okay. So I did it that way because then the butterflies are a little bit loose. Then set that on there. This butterfly is laying flat. It's not, I didn't puff it. You can, of course. This one does not have that. And I'm just going to set him, you want to make sure that you can get him into the card. So I made sure that. Now, you can see on this one, I cut it. And that's what I'm doing with this one. You can use a punch, of course, but I just freehand cut it, which I think sometimes is a lost art. I am truly not a straight cutter at all. I don't do well with being straight, much to the chagrin of my husband, who he can tell you when things are off like a little millimeter, but he's got the eye and I don't. So that's why I stamp. That's why I'm not like an actual like painting artist or sketching artist. I stamp it and I color it and voila, I call it art. Other people may not, but that's okay. They don't have to be my friend. I'm only kidding. Well, sort of. But you know, you guys are all crafters, and I know some of you are like amazing. You take and do some like amazing things with our products. It's very cool. So feel free to send me samples. I keep trying to make it so that you guys can share when I ask you guys to share like pictures. And it doesn't want to let me do that. And I think it's because this is a business page, and business pages are just a little bit different. I did use the dimensionals to pop up the sentiment. Just cutting some more short ones. Well, come on. Sometimes you get a really skinny spot that a dimensional is not going to fit on, even a trimmed one. So what I do in that case is, if you look at these like corners, like that's like super thin. So I am going to just clip that out. And put that on there. And then just set them on. Now the butterfly gems, they are discontinued. I can't tell you offhand if they're still available. They were the last time I looked for them, but I apologize that I do not know. But everybody who ordered the kit did get the some butterfly gems, so they are set with that. And use my take your pick tool to pick them up. There's something about adding little gems that just, you know, it does something for a card, right? It's just a nice little added bling. Okay, so there you go. There is card number 2 from this kit. Now this is a mega kit. I'm going to, if you stick around, I'm going to show you guys a kit that's coming up in May, which I'm pretty excited about. But I can't let you guys do it until May because it is from the new catalog. So I just keep tossing stuff. Here's another one that's really quick. I'm not even going to put this one together because it's pretty self-explanatory. This is how the kit came. You got the black piece for the base. You have a white piece for the inside. And then you have 2 white pieces. Okay. And one of the white pieces has this beautiful striped paper that goes on it. Okay. Then I gave you guys, I believe I gave you guys this black piece so you could cut out your butterflies, but I pre-cut them. So all I did was I took the white I cut out a white blank and used a black fancy, and then a black blank and a white fancy. And then I had these beautiful little hearts to go on each of the butterflies, and then the happy anniversary. So you would have enough to, and this is just with white embossing powder. So I don't want to have to go through the ones that you guys can figure them out all by yourself. That isn't that hard to figure out. So there you go. There's that one. This one, when I did this one, this part was, and it says in the instructions down here, this was done with this awesome, what do they call these things? Mats, I think. Yeah, masks. It's the basic pattern mask. It comes with a bunch of different designs. And all I did was I set it on top of the, I believe this is crumb cake. Let me see. I wrote it in here. Like I said, I did this Sahara sand. I did this such a long time ago. But I did it with Versamark, and then I sprinkled it with the white embossing powder, and so you've got the little embossed dots. You can do that. There's so much designer series paper and stuff that has that. But this is another one I'm probably not going to put all the way through. I wanted to show you, if you don't have a heat gun or a heat tool, you could certainly do this one with the embossed background. In fact, maybe I will quickly put this one together for you guys. This is on thick, basic white cardstock. And again, I did the same thing where I cut the bows. So again, some Stamp and Seal on the back, all the way around. In Michigan, we have to go all the way around because we get the humidity. And then just find a spot that you want to put yours. Because I want you guys to see that it can be just as pretty without having to do the polka dot. So this was for the sentiment, and here's for the bow. And then I'm not going to completely put it all together, but you can see I took one of the butterflies that was kind of coming off the page, and I just adhered him, and the other ones are all pop dotted Stampin' Dimensional, like I showed you guys on the other one where I bent the wings. But you can see it's just as pretty. I'm trying to hold it together. It's just as pretty. Now the dots definitely stand out, but you know, it's still just a really pretty background works for this card. So that one is pretty easy for you guys. Again, I did it with the basic masks, basic pattern decorative masks. They're $6. They're number 150697. And they come with, here, I'll just quickly show you what else they come with, so you guys can decide what you want to do. So you got the polka dots, you've got trees, and you've got kind of a Baroque, which is very similar to what I just embossed with the embossing folder. So any of these would work beautifully with that card. Oh, and there's one more. I thought there was 4. So it's kind of leaves. Okay. So I'm going to go through another one that's pretty simple. I don't think I have to explain this one either. Basically, what I did was I folded the card. Obviously, I gave you a piece of the white to go on the inside. There's a piece of circular vellum. And then an extra piece. These were cut with, I think this is a rectangular, stitched rectangulars. And this was with my sadly now retired Stitch Shapes dies, which let's all have a moment of silence for Stitch Shapes. I know, it's awful. So Night of Navy, stamped a bunch of the single butterfly, or this is actually, did I do the whole? I did several different ones. Did I do the background? I don't think I did the background. I might have. I did. I did it before I cut my background, which is a good reason for me not to put it together, because I did cut my background. So I did that with Night of Navy, and then this went on top, and then I colored this actually with sponges. You can use your blends or whatever. Did the same thing with the foldies, and then did the baker's twine just on top. Obviously not this much. I used a little bit. And then this little sentiment. So there you go. That's that simple card. Maybe I'll do this one again for a Saturday sip. Some of these unfinished ones. Maybe I can put together. But I want to get to some of the ones that are a little bit more challenging. This is one of them. So I'm going to show you guys how I did this center. Now, I pre-cut mine, but if you look close, you can see like hash marks. That is from, what did I do with my stamp set? Huh. Okay. It's got to be here somewhere. Oh, right there. There it is. So that is done with this die right here. It does not cut through. It just makes those little hash marks. So it does, I mean, it does cut through. It makes holes, but it's just hash marks. Okay. So I did that on the sides, and then in order to get this to fit, I gave you guys a bigger piece and had you cut them out, cut out the Whisper White. I'm holding this together so you guys can see. And then I stamped, and you can see I made a big mess when I stamped, but that's okay. I didn't care, because then what I did was I took all of the butterflies out. Oh, I have them. I forgot. I did some washi tape so that they would stay together for this presentation. Sometimes I'm smarter than I remember that I am. Okay, so then you ended up with this wonky piece right here. So I'm going to use liquid glue to hold this one in place this time, just because it'll be easier. I don't think I need all of this because we're going to trim it. And that's what I did, and that's what I want you guys to see, is that after this was the only way I could figure out how to make this work the way I wanted it to work. So I then just very carefully set this over my stamped images. Okay. And then I just trimmed it down. So that's how I did that one. And it's pretty simple. I mean, this actually looks pretty all by itself. So it would be pretty just on a card front, except I think I lost that piece, but still, it's pretty cool. So that's how that was done. And then it was laid flat on top of the piece, this piece that you did the hash marks in. And then together they are on Stampin' Dimensionals. And then, of course, I heat embossed with Whisper White the Happy Birthday and the awesome old olive braided twine, which is also retiring. So let me clean up this. Okay, I want to get on to the one that I think everybody's been waiting for. This one was semi-confusing, but I showed you the most difficult part. All right, that's the rest of that. So now we're going to get on to this card, which has the lovely, oh gosh, this has been sitting so long and in my basement, and it just, I think I kept unsticking it for some reason, so I need to adjust my tear and tape. So you can see that it just floats. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. So this is how we did that. The front is pretty self-explanatory. I just, I cut out, and I want you guys to see that I cut this die out of the center of the big black piece that I gave you, because you're not going to see it anyway, right? Because this is going to go on there. So I matted that. I then used the ribbon. Okay, because I have other stuff I want to talk to you guys about, so I'm trying to rush along. And then I just put these two together right there. I tried to keep this a little bit loose. And then for this, again, I used the Pretty Butterfly Gems. For this, the way I got that to mat was, and I've shown this on a tiny tip a few times, I cut it apart in the center and then just put adhesive on the back. You can see I make mistakes. I stamped this thing twice. Because it happens. Because real life happens. And then I just set them on there like that. And like that. Oops. Flip that over so I have the stitching going the right way. I forget what dies I use for this. I apologize. Now, I thought that looked a little weird. Can you see how that is? You might like it. I did not. So then I just, I trimmed them down like that. So you can see the difference here. Okay. So I trimmed off those little corner pieces so that it wasn't all funky. This is, now I'm going to work on the inside because that's the important part. All right. So to get this to fit, I did this. I put adhesive. What is wrong with me today? An adhesive. I don't know why when I'm doing videos. I just put adhesive on the top piece. And then I centered it. And then just kind of ran some adhesive down a little bit. And then, oh, that is so crooked. Holy cow, you guys. What is up today? Seriously, it's like it's like crazy carry day. I don't know. I'm gonna blame the weather. It's really cloudy, and it tends to sour my back. So let's blame it on that, okay? I blame everything on the weather. So then I folded it before I finish the attaching, because sometimes what happens when you fold like this piece won't go where you think it's going to go. Then I took the Whisper White. I stamped my sentiment first. I promise I did. I'm not on this one. And I took it and I lifted this up. Woo! Sticky. And put this under here, and I'm going to hope that I match up with my designer series paper. I do. Then I can just go like this. I just think that's so much easier than trying to figure out what size designer series paper should fit right here. Just have it come over it. I wanted it to come over it anyway, right? Now, here's the butterflies that were cut out of the paper. So you can see I have one that's like the half. Again, also was cut out of the designer series paper, and then a medium and large butterfly. So you got 2 pieces of window sheets. Now this is where I'm going to have to look at my directions, because I don't remember now where I folded them. Here we go. So when in doubt, read the directions. Sorry, guys. So I've got that all adhered. Okay, so I'm going to crease the 2 ends of the acetate at a 1/2 inch. So that is actually on all of them. I believe I did the 1/2 inch. So, and you want to crease it pretty good because it is acetate. And I know you guys probably aren't even seeing this on yours. And then on one, I have to look. This one comes out 1 inch. So now I'm going to take it, and I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to go to 1.5 inches here. I've already scored a 1/2 inch, so there's a score at the 1 inch line. And then I'm going to score this one 1 inch. This is for the big butterfly. And then you're going to want to fold at the score lines pretty good. I mean, you really want to get these puppies scored. That's why mine, I think, keeps having its little issues. And then at the 1.5 inch, which is very hard to see on the adhesive. Okay, so now you get the idea. You've got, I don't know if you guys can see it, but you've got kind of a 7 for that. Now, this is how you adhere it so that it goes where you want it to go. I'm going to move everything out of the way. You're going to want your tear and tape or some form of super sticky. You can use Seal Plus, but I would definitely recommend the tear and tape. And you're going to put tear and tape on the part that has just the 1 inch or the 1/2 inch fold. Okay. And then you're going to want one on the 1/2 inch fold that has the other additional fold at the 1.5 inch mark. So if that doesn't make sense, you've got a 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches. So this is 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Okay. So now I want this to fit where I want it to fit. So I am going to hold it in place. Actually, I'm going to do the bottom one first. And you just kind of eyeball it. So I'm going to hold this to where I think it should go. I'm setting it on there, and then I'm super sealing it. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to do this. See how I'm kind of flattening it all out, including this piece. And then I should be using my Take Your Pick tool, which is right next to me. Then you're going to hold this down while you close your card, and that will cause it to make that. And then you can adhere your butterfly to it. Now, here's the trick with the butterfly, especially this big one. You want this one to stick, but you don't want it to come out. You want it to fit in an envelope, okay? So I put tear and tape on here. Why am I not grabbing my Take Your Pick tool? It's like right there. All right. And then I'm going to set this so that it's inside. And then I'm going to fold it down. I may have to go up a little bit. So it is going to peek out a little. But that's how I got it on there. And then you repeat that for this card. This little half, I did put it on with dimensionals. And then that's how you get this awesome look. I hope you're all getting this. If you have questions, please make sure you comment and I will answer. Like I said, I'm sitting right now. I can't see your questions. So that was the Butterfly Brilliance Super Card class. I'm going to show you now a card class that is coming up. Now, some of you know, or you will know, because I'm going to be mailing out my newsletters to those of you who got a catalog. I'm going to be having another party week, so yay, I'm very excited about that. And during party week, one of the things I'm going to talk about is we're going to have a bingo. We're going to have all kinds of fun stuff going on. But I want to show you, because some of you guys are going to be watching this not live like you are now here on my Facebook page, facebook.com/memory inkers. If you do not follow me, please follow me, or you're going to miss, because Volume has this thing where I can't post after today until the next, like a couple weeks before the next Volume event. So make sure you come and follow me if you want to keep track of what's going on, the specials. And like I said, the week of May 3rd through the 8th, it's a Monday through a Saturday because I don't work on Sundays. So that week, I'm going to be doing stuff all week. I'm calling it a new catalog open house party, virtually, obviously. And I'm going to be showing a whole bunch of stuff. So one of the things that has been so exciting when I did my my unboxing video was this hand pen suite. And it comes with the hand pen stamps, which you see here. And what is cool is, I think I told you guys, this Stampin' Up! Did this thing now where the images are actually on this piece of paper that's on the inside. So now you can stick them there. And then it has these awesome dies that come with it. They don't come with it. It's bundled. So you can get the bundle, and then it's a whole suite. So you can buy the stamps separately, you can buy the dies separately, you can buy the stamps and the dies as a bundle to save 10%. There is also a suite that includes the bundle at 10%, the beautiful designer series paper, and the awesome genial gems, which they are so pretty. I'm going to show you the paper in just a minute, but look at these beautiful gems. Aren't they gorgeous? So pretty. I just love them. So now here is the paper. As you can see, I've been using it. So let me see if I have enough of full sheets to show you. Just pull them all out. So you've got this. These two are together. Isn't that beautiful? This paper. Oh, this paper. I have 3 packs of it. That's all they would let me buy. But I have 3 now. So then there's this beautiful design with yellow polka dots. For that card I did today with the polka dots, you could definitely do it with this paper. Then you don't have to worry about embossing. Here's some more beautiful flowers. I love it because it's like wildflower looking. And then this beautiful, I believe this is Highland Heather in the background. Then I'm hoping you guys can see there's little faint flowers. And I'm showing you this because it's going to be your smartest deal when I tell you about my card class. I keep showing everything upside down. Okay. And then There's some scallopies and the flowers, and then I'm into my pieces. So, and you get two, obviously, of all these designs. So you get the, if you get the bundle, gosh, I want to say it's like $60, $69, but you would get the paper, the gemstones, and the hand-penned petals stamp set, and the awesome dies. Okay. Your dies do come in their own little envelope. I just like to keep them together when they fit. They don't always. So when you do this or any $30 order during that party week, which is May 3rd through the 8th, with my hostess code, there will be details. So follow my page, facebook.com/memoryinkers. Everything's going to be live. Yes, I will upload it to YouTube, but there are things that are going to be happening live that if you're not live, you will just be able to clap along for everybody else. So these are what you're going to get. You're going to get card kits, and I will, I can't stamp anything. Stampin' Up! Doesn't let us do that, but I will die cut anything that needs to be die cut. I will give you the designer series paper. So even if you buy, the whole thing and you're getting the sheets, you're still going to get more sheets from me, because like this card, I will give you this piece of designer series paper. I cannot give you the stamp, but if you buy this, there's the stamp right there. Feel better, friend. Or the inks, but I will let you know all that if you guys want other things, like if you want to add inks or whatever, I will have that list for you. So here's what you will get. You'll get the ribbon. You'll get the piece for the inside. Look at this one. This is my favorite. I completely stole this idea from, it's she's from Australia. She's a demonstrator from Australia, but mine's I've changed it slightly, so it's not exactly like hers. But isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love this card. And then this little happy card. So you'll get everything to make that one. And then this beautiful card. And did I do an inside? I did do an inside. So the only thing you're not going to get is stamped things. Now, the only way that's going to be an issue is I will cut this piece out for you, unless you tell me not to, because you have it yourself. I'll just give you the cardstock. Then you have to stamp on it. So make sure you have your stamp apparatus if you don't have a die cutting machine. So that is all going to be part of it. Now, if you do that with a $30 order, you're going to get these four beautiful cards. But if you order like the whole suite or anything $50 during that week, now this is a sneak peek. I wasn't going to tell you guys this, but I'm doing this because of volume. I want you guys to be able to participate. Every $50 order during that week is going to get this beautiful gold glimmer ribbon. Isn't that pretty? I used it on this card right here. You can see how pretty it looks. I also use the gems. So the gems are on there too. I had to stick this one on there because I put them on the flowers, and there's one down here, and you have to have an uneven number, so I stuck one there. But anyway, that is everything. So follow my Facebook page. I hope you will share this. Remember, at the beginning of the month, I do a drawing for everybody who has shared the previous month. So please share my video and comment below that you have shared. Also, people who order are going to be in a drawing for a free item. And that's with this hostess code. And that's for the month of April. There was another hostess code for April too. So don't worry if you ordered earlier and you were using the other hostess code, that you're groovy. Also, those of you who ordered from volume using that other hostess code, you'll be in that also. The only one who will not be eligible is, I can't think of her name right now, but she won the $50 in product code. So as soon as I hear from her, oh, what is her name? I kept it over here somewhere. Linda Milton. I have not heard from you. I sent you an email. I'm going to send you another one because you don't want to miss out on that. Anyway, so if you order now retirement items, somebody emailed me and asked me about, will there be specials from me during the week of the party? Yes. That's all I'm telling you. Yes. This is one of them. This card kit is definitely one of them. So awesome, awesome cards. And I'm just really excited about them. So, okay, that is everything. I think I said everything. Share the video to win a prize. Orders win a prize. Follow me on facebook.com/memory inkers. I will be back here live on Tuesday for a Tuesday tip, Tiny Tip Tuesday. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you.